Hello everyone, Elite 4Yo here, and I just want to go over the big set reveal, which we knew was coming, that was just kind of shown off here, and I'm on Poke Beach, great website for kind of looking at this stuff on here, and I am, of course, looking at the new Prismatic Evolutions special set that's coming out in January, and this set, I think, is going to be humongous. And I know that all the hype right now has been on the Surging Spark set that comes out in a week. So a lot of focus has been on there and the fact that it has some pretty good chase cards. Latios, Pikachu, Hydreigon, but this may be stealing some of the thunder, because if you look at what exactly you're getting in this, and still the big cards, we don't know what the big cards are yet, but take a look at what the set actually includes. You got the 32 special illustration rares, different EX Terra types, but the big surprise here, in my opinion, is the two sets of reverse holo cards. Really, really interesting, taking that Master Ball reverse design from the Japanese 151 set that was absent in the worldwide sets, where they were all just completely removed. So really, really interesting that they're bringing that back. And right now they actually have the special Pokemon Center ETB currently available for pre-order on the website. I don't think they have a picture yet of what the actual promo card is, so we don't know what that's going to be. Right now, of course, the big promo card that everyone is talking about is the one that's coming in the Surging Sparks ETB from Pokemon Center, that Magneton by the really famous artist that everyone likes, the one that did the Magikarp card and that Giratina card as well. But just kind of scrolling on down here so we can kind of get a sense of other some what the products look like. And Eevee, of course, popular Pokemon, but the reason why this one is going to be huge, I think, in my opinion, is because it's focused on those evolutions. Right here you go. These are awesome. I mean, I personally think so. Having them standing on like enlarged versions of the different stones is so cool. So certainly a little collectible element just of the mini tins right there. Then of course you get a bunch of the different products. So this is going to be a super hot product right here. It always is, the booster bundles. Just kind of continuing down here. So when you look at these specialty sets, right, you don't have the booster boxes to rely on. So you are very much looking at the best kind of bang for your buck in terms of lower price point per pack, if that's what you're buying it for, in terms of investment opportunities. So when looking at that here, that's why, of course, the Pokemon Center ETB right here. And again, we don't know what the promo card is yet. It's not even listed on the website. Yeah, this is going to be huge, I think. And right now, the Surging Sparks one is already really big. I think it's not available now because we're so close to the launch of the set. It'll probably, or should almost definitely, return soon. So definitely smart to get a bunch of those if you can. And I'm guessing this will not be much different. Maybe, of course, it depends on the promo card, the Pokemon Center stamped promo card that's going to be available in this specialty ETB right here. But take a look at these different products on here. You got a binder collection. I'm not really big on those. Taking a look at the poster collection, really not big on those either, even though it does have the original 3 evolution forms, which is pretty cool as promo cards. But really, I think that the big one you're going to want to be on the hunt for, and we've seen this, of course, with our 151 set, are these booster bundles. This is where you get your best bang for your buck, 6 packs in these, if you're not just going to splurge and get a bunch of the Pokemon Center ETBs themselves. You also get this little product right here with a weird Eevee accessory pouch. I wouldn't pick that one up personally. Just kind of going more on here, you get a little look at what some of the EX cards look like. No one really cares about these, obviously. We talk about Scarlet and Violet. We are really, of course, focused on any of those illustration and special illustration rares. That's where all the money is really going to be had. Here you get some of the normal ones, and certainly these are cool as well. But until we see what the illustration rares are going to be, the specialty cards, the chase cards in this set, that'll ultimately determine where the value is going to be in this set. But evolutions Umbreon, come on, that's huge. And having the inclusion of Master Ball reverses for the first time in an English set, that's pretty exciting. It also says right here that this set might also include some cards from these starter decks, which has 18 beginner level EX Pokemon. So if I click this on here, you can kind of see what this is depicting. If it includes these, now again, it says might, there's no like say, wow, this set would be insane. You know, look at these. These are pretty awesome. So if these were included in some fashion, who knows? Yeah, that would be really, really crazy too. So just kind of, you know, putting it all together, the hype, right, of this specialty set, you know, limited options when you don't have the booster boxes available for these specialty sets. So if you look at what's happened with the 151 set, I mean, that's just gold, right? I mean, people are camping out Costco's trying to get those 5 tin packs because of how hot that product is, and rightfully so. But that product was rarely available, you know, for quite some time, give or take a couple months, and then it kind of became very scarce, and now it's incredibly scarce. You know, if you see a wild product of it, pick it up. Now it's hard to say if this is going to be as hot as that, but it's got real good potential. You know, I'm particularly excited about this right here. I'm getting these reverse master cards. Oh man, depending how they look, it's going to be crazy, and depending on what the illustration rares look like, I mean, you know, like if you go back to the Evolving Skies, right? I mean, yeah, obviously Moonbreon, but that set has some incredible cards besides the Moonbreon that really brings the value all the way up. Take a look at like Twilight Masquerade, right? Yeah, it's got some great cards, of course. Now, of course, the Greninja is the #1 chase card. What's interesting is when you compare that to like an Evolving Skies, there are a good amount of awesome cards besides just the Moonbreon. So if we use that logic of the Evolving Skies and its focus on the evolutions there, and we kind of apply it to what this set might be able to produce. And I know it's kind of hit or miss. People think on the Terra hats, Terra Crystal stuff, but still, that didn't stop the Greninja and Twilight Masquerade from doing gangbusters. And that's one of the big chase cards, or perhaps arguably the big chase card so far in Scarlet and Violet. So this could certainly match or top that. Other ones, you know, you're looking at, of course, the same artist of the Magneton in the Surging Sparks ETB from Pokemon Center, doing the Magikarp from the Paldea Evolve set, very big as well. But what do you think? Do you think this is going to be potentially huge? You know, I think the general opinion on the Scarlet and Violet sets is that it has been strong, maybe stronger than Sword and Shield. Doesn't mean it has some of the bigger chase cards like a Moonbreon or that G-Max Gengar from Fusion Strike, but still, what do you think? Is this going to just be a completely humongous set? And if you compare this in the timeline from when Paldean Fates released, I think that was around the same time last year, right? That's probably January. You know, compare this to that. I mean, you know, who's going to make that comparison? Which isn't to say the Paldean Fates is a bad set. Comparing, of course, the Greninja, I think that has the Gardevoir, and of course the big Mew bubble card. So it has 3 pretty good chase cards in it, but this one could have more than that. So why don't you let me know what you think here? My personal early opinion, without being able to see any of the artwork and get an idea of what the chase cards is that yeah, this is probably going to fairly easily end up being like a top 3-4 set in Scarlet and Violet. You know, we're currently tracking it as 151, Twilight Masquerade, and Paldea Evolved. Those are probably the 3, I would say right now. That's probably general opinion. So where this one will fit in there is going to be very interesting as we, you know, get closer to when this launches and get an idea of what products or what cards are going to be available in it. But certainly this right here, this booster bundle, is going to be a hot product to find, store, and see what happens to it. All right, everyone, that's Elite Four Yo here. That's what I got for you. Let me know what you think about this set. Take care.